I came home earlier than usual that day. It was raining hard, the kind of rain that makes silence feel loud. All I wanted was a hot shower, some rest, maybe a hug. But the moment I stepped inside, something was off. The house was clean, too clean. Our bed was perfectly made, pillows fluffed, blanket tucked. And right there in the center lay a single printed photo. A photo I'd never seen before. I walked slowly toward it, and when I picked it up, I noticed handwriting on the back. Just one sentence. "You should hear it from me." And suddenly, I wasn't tired anymore. I wasn't calm. I was burning inside. Because in that photo, he was with another woman, smiling, holding her the same way he holds me when we dance in the kitchen. And she wasn't a stranger, at least not to him. I stood there frozen, the photo shaking in my hands when I heard the front door. He walked in, soaked from the rain, and when he saw me with the picture, he didn't even try to lie. He collapsed to his knees and whispered, "It's over. I have to tell you everything." He looked broken, not like someone caught cheating, more like someone haunted. He told me that before me, there was someone else. Not just anyone, his fiancée, the woman in the photo. They were supposed to get married 3 years ago, but on the day of the wedding, she disappeared. Vanished without a trace. No calls, no body, no goodbye. Everyone assumed she was dead. He moved on, met me, built a new life, until recently, she came back. He didn't see her directly. She didn't knock. She left a single envelope on his desk at work. No return address, just his name. Inside were two things. That photo, the one I found on our bed, and another one. This second photo was different. It showed her again, alone, standing outside a house. Our house, same porch, same door, and in the reflection of the window, you could see me sleeping. She had been here, watching, close enough to take a picture, and she left it like a message, like a warning. I felt sick. He told me they once made a pact, some twisted ritual during a trip abroad. She was obsessed with symbols, with blood promises, with the idea that love had to be bound beyond death. They cut their hands, mixed blood, and swore that if one of them ever fell in love again after the other died, someone innocent would pay the price. He thought it was just symbolic, a stupid act from a dark, obsessive love. Until now, because she had come back, and she was watching me. That night, we locked every door and window. Didn't sleep. But at exactly 3:03 a.m., we heard it. 3 knocks. Not loud, not frantic, just precise. I went to the door, heart racing. Looked through the peephole. She was there, wearing the same wedding dress from the photos, holding wilted flowers, eyes wide open, unblinking. And then she spoke. Or at least, I think she did. Her lips never moved. But I heard the words anyway. I stepped back, trembling. Woke him up. By the time we returned to the door, she was gone. But on the floor, where she'd been standing, there was the bouquet, and hidden inside it a small note. If he won't honor his vow, someone must be sacrificed. That's when he told me everything. The ritual wasn't just symbolic. There had been a location, a cabin in the woods, a night of blood. And when she vanished, he found her dress, covered in blood, left behind at that same cabin. He ran, erased it all, moved on. But she never did. That morning, the house felt colder. Not just the temperature. The mirrors began to fog, though the air was still. At exactly 3:33 a.m., the mirror in our living room shattered. And on the surface of the broken glass, her reflection remained. He dropped to the floor, shaking. "She's inside," he whispered. She crossed over. He handed me the knife they had used in the ritual. He looked into my eyes. "You have to take it back there. Burn everything, or she'll take you instead." I didn't wait, didn't argue. At 2:50 a.m., I drove to the cabin. Fog crawled along the road like something alive. The trees whispered, but I kept driving. The door to the cabin was already open. Inside, everything was still, but not abandoned. I found the old fireplace, and beside it, a small trapdoor under the floorboards. I opened it. There was a basement, a stone circle, a chain box. Inside the box, her bones, and the same necklace she wore in the photo. She was dead, truly dead, which meant, who had been standing at our door? Suddenly, footsteps creaked overhead. I blew out my candle and hid. And then she came down, not walking, floating. The same dress, same bouquet, but this time, no eyes. Just empty, black holes where her eyes used to be. She spoke. He broke the vow. But you can end this. Then something shifted in my pocket. I pulled out the note she left. Now the words had changed. End the cycle, or become the next. I grabbed the knife, pushed the bones into the fire. She screamed. The flames roared. The entire room shook. And then silence. I returned home at dawn. He was still on the couch, waiting, afraid. I nodded. She's gone. He cried. Not from grief, from release. Since that day, no more photos, no more knocks. But every night, exactly at 3:03 a.m., our clock stops ticking for 60 seconds, like the world itself is holding its breath, out of respect for a love that went too far, and for a woman who chose to end the cycle instead of continuing it. If this story touched you, wait until you hear what happened to the next couple who found a similar box buried in their attic. Comment with Hourglass Not Done if you believe some promises are stronger than death. Promises beyond death. The weight of what we don't heal. Sometimes, what haunts us the most isn't what's out there in the dark, but what we've buried inside ourselves. The story you just heard is more than a suspense tale about vows and ghosts. It's a mirror of everything we've left unresolved, of the feelings we've buried alive, of the promises we've made without fully understanding their weight. How many times have you sworn something in a moment of emotion? How often have you said forever, never again, I swear on everything, without realizing that some words never come back? The truth is, relationships don't end when someone walks away. They continue inside us, shaping our choices, affecting the people who come after. The man in this story thought he could bury the past and move on. But the past doesn't disappear. It waits. And one day, it returns, sometimes quiet, sometimes screaming. And the worst part? It doesn't just hurt the person who created it. It hurts the innocent ones who walk in after. That's what happened to her. She got caught in the middle of a vow she never made. And maybe that's the most painful truth. We often carry pain that isn't ours. Inherited guilt, repeating cycles, loving someone and paying the price for wounds they never healed. This story teaches us that we must look back, not to stay stuck there, but to clean, to heal, to close cycles with honesty, courage, and awareness. Above all, it reminds us of the power of choice. She could have run. She could have ignored it. She could have let fear win. But she didn't. She faced it. Not for him, for herself. Because when you confront what haunts your life, whether physical or emotional, you set yourself free. And sometimes you free others too. Not every vow has to last forever. Not every pain needs to be carried. And not every unresolved story has to become a ghost. Maybe the clock stopping at 3:03 every night is a symbol, a reminder that we all need to pause, even for 1 minute, to reflect, to let go. So, if you're still listening, take that minute now. Close your eyes. Think about what you need to end, what still lives in you, even though it's long gone, and choose, with courage, with clarity, because promises made in fear become prisons. But choices made in love set you free. And if this story touched something in you, maybe it's time to write your own, with more truth and fewer ghosts.